And there's no community band in the coastal area of Oregon where I live. COVID kind of killed them all off.
Right.
And so, sadly, my music career is pretty much at a stop. I actually started out in college as a music major.
Oh.
And I decided I wanted to make money.
Yeah, or even just have a job.
Or just have a job, yeah. So I went into broadcasting, and that was the wrong move. But, oh well. Got me here today.
All part of your master plan to get an offshore American Samoa, and now it's come to fruition.
Here I am.
Is that a sponge?
I think that was like where a sponge was attached.
Exactly. I think those bristles are the leftovers of the holdfasts, the structures that were holding it
Zoom
down
in.
to the bottom.
Bridge nav.
Those hairs remind me of...
Can we put in a 30 meter ship move at 115, please?
a volcanic feature that you see called Pele's hair. So when a volcano erupts and the wind is whipping around, it stretches really thin fibers of glass, which kind of is what this is, I presume. So Bob's your daughter's music on Spotify or anything?
On YouTube.
YouTube? All right,
Yeah.
we'll have to check it out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for listeners following along at home.
Yeah, can we throw that up on sat feed 3?
She's been playing since she was like 3 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. I met her mom in a karaoke bar.
Oh, for another time, we'll have to figure out everyone's go-to karaoke song.
I think I was doing the Righteous Brothers.
I really thought we'd see a little more structure up here from the biological community.
We may yet, you know, get to a nice, flat, hard spot. And
A lot more sediment than I expected.
yeah.
I just got my grandson a 3-string guitar.
What is that? I've never
It's
heard of
for,
that.
for little kids to learn how to play.
Oh.
So, yeah, less, you know, it's sized for little hands and, and less strings to learn, but it still plays pretty good.
That's kind of why I like ukulele, because I don't have big enough hands for those really complex chords on a guitar.
Huh.
And it's portable.
that another Paramuricea there
I
on
think
the
you're
left?
right, yeah.
I'm learning. It's really helpful for me to see things alive and have names assigned to them. How far up does this one go?
Like a 4-meter one, I think.
Wow.
Bridge nav. Three 0 meters at 120, please. Thank you.
What is that pink thing down on the center bottom? Is that another sea cucumber? It's just to the left.
Yeah, I think so. In between the
Zoom in,
rocks.
Dave.
No, it's a crustacean.
Oh.
Oh, that's a slurp right there.
What?
Yeah, people
I don't think he's going to be as cooperative as you're hoping.
people asked for those, I think, right?
Really?
Stand by.
I don't think he's going to be...
We haven't slurped anything for a while.
He's not going to just sit there and take that sort of thing.
I think it will. I think
Really?
if you sneak up on it.
I think come from behind.
Oh my God.
Might have
Yeah.
a chance.
Shh, everybody quiet.
Yeah.
Hold your breath. Be
We're
very, very
just
quiet.
silent and sneaky.
Okay, Johan, can you turn on stealth mode?
Copy that.
Be very, very quiet.
What slurp jar are we going to switch the cameras over and all that good stuff?
We can do 3, 4, and 6.
So far, so good. It's probably just saying, okay, if I just sit really still, this big thing will pass over me, doesn't see me.
He doesn't seem like he's very active, huh?
No. We might make this happen.
Two. Oh.
One lobster still there.
3, it's open.
Yep.
Dum 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 dum.
Standing by on suction.
Yeah, go ahead and
Start sucking.
pick it up. Wow.
Is it going to be
Looks
too
kinda
big?
Yeah, it might be too big. What the heck?
It's not going anywhere.
Oh, it's coming with us. Oh,
It's coming at the end of the hose. So,
Try and put it in a... Yeah, we can put it in a bio box. What do you got in the front ones?
They're all full.
Yeah, but full with what? Yeah.
Sponges, coral.
not
All sponges and coral.
not one of these, though.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to pick that out. Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to stay
We
put.
can put it in lambda. Omega has a brittle star.
Okay. Lambda.
All right.
I just have to warn Chris for when he goes to
Can
open
you
this
go,
up. And I think this might be a polychelidae type of
Open it up
arthropod.
slowly.
Oh, yeah.
oh.
This poor thing's thinking I should have run away instead of trying to sit still.
Bridge now.
Oh, bummer. See what it's doing?
Yeah.
The balls are rotating.
Can we move 10 meters
Try
at
and grab it by the
300,
block on the
please?
bottom.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's not the best. Maybe if you drag out a little more hose. There you go. Aww.
yeah, rats. All right, I'm gonna have to set it down and like re-grab it or something. Maybe.
Let me know.
Hey?
I'm gonna keep suction to it or no.
Might start feeling a little tug from Atalanta.
Quit it. Which box? Not
Lambda.
All right.
Need to pan down a little more.
Erica, I'm restarting pump 10 per Annette. We're going to run it to the top until we start to ascend.
Val, did you say you're starting a new pump?
I am restarting pump
I see.
10. We're on our last one, so we're going to go ahead and see if we can get the top of the seamount here.
Copy that.
Sorry,
Come
I
on,
don't know if I
little
told
guy.
you, but
Okay, get ready to
was
close that
090.
drawer.
You on it?
No, 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 no.
Wait, is he under the drawer?
No, I think
Oh,
he
that was
went
a
over the
PORCH?
top.
I think he's gone.
Damn it.
Excellent attempt.
I think it went in Omega.
Really?
Well,
Do you have any more pan down? No, I
No,
don't think so.
I didn't see it some way.
Let's
Can you see him with a bubble cam?
I'm trying to find it, but nope.
No. It's out of there.
All right. Well, while we're here, maybe pick up a rock.
Really?
Yeah?
But not in this box.
No, I think, yeah, no. But I think that we may only have little boxes left. Is that right? Any big boxes on starboard?
No, we have B
Do
and
we need
D.
to relocate? No. We're all right.
No, the ship's coming back a little bit. So should get a little better.
Or you could stick it in the milk crate there.
I could get rid of a plate. Are you going to be picking up more stuff?
Yeah, probably.
More rocks?
If you need me to.
No, I mean, if we put this on top of the plates, then...
Oh, yeah, no, I think this probably is the last rock. Nope. Oh, I don't see anything. Oh, that one right there.
Johan, so the pinkish station, I think I still gotta note that down, and that's 092.
You're going to mark that as a sample?
Yes.
Okay.
I did the sample in C2.
Copy that.
Lovely. Now, for the aspiring scientists out there, you'll notice that the rock doesn't try and run away. So slightly easier to sample.
It's true, the rocks do hold still. But that also makes them less exciting. I hate to say it.
Wow. Adam, are you going to take that?
I think that
Exciting.
my silence speaks for itself.
Okay, this is sample 093.
It's very uncooperative. Yeah, it's not. Just bring the porch in. Oops, hang on, hang on. Stop. We're deploying the drinking bird there.
It's so funny.
All right, where did the temp probe run off to?
It's kind of sticking out the starboard side there.
Yeah, it's great. Ship it. All right.
Onward.
Bridge nav. Can we move 30 meters at 115, please? Copy, thank you. I'm gonna give you a reset.
All right.
Do we have anything else hiding in these rocks? More crustaceans or sea cucumbers? Maybe some fish.
Treasure.
Treasure.
Scientific treasure.
And we did get a possible genus on that polychelid that escaped the slurp gun as possibly a Homerion. So getting it a little more exact.
Bridge now. Can we move 30 meters at 110, please? Thank you.
So are we now at the top, or are we just on a...
We're pretty close. This is like a little bit of a ledge right before the final peak.
Okay.
But not sure we'll make it to the tippy top. How much further is that, Johan?
It is about 250 meters.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd probably take about 30 more minutes to get to that waypoint.
Okay, well. From our scientist ashore, according to Wikipedia, only one sample of Homerion asper has ever been collected. Let's change that to 1.25. We had it in our grasp.
Well, now we know why there's only been one.
Yeah, right. They don't fit in slurp tubes.
But we could keep looking for a smaller one. There's always that chance. There's a smaller one somewhere in our path ahead.
Nav.
Next time we'll just have to measure a little closer.
Can we do 30 meters at 095, please? Thank you.
Is that something there on the right middle? Is that just a shrimp?
Shrimp.
Sure.
Zoom on it, Dave. Shrimp.
Oh, it's a shrimp. How thin all of those appendages are.
Oh.
Looks like there might be a sponge or a coral up ahead.
mushroom coral down there.
Oh yeah, that we had a request for a sample of that.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. That's right. We haven't seen any since then.
Bridge nav.
Are we going for it?
Yeah.
Hold position,
Okay.
please. Thank
I
you.
I think the best bet is to grab onto that stock that it's sitting on.
I'm pausing pump 10 while we do this collection.
So you want to grab it? Is that the plan?
I think, you know, they're sitting on a stalk. I don't want to grab the animal because it's squishy, but
A stock.
a stalk underneath that it's attached to. So
Like a rock stock?
no, like a, whether it's dead sponge or dead coral.
Want to zoom in, Dave? Isn't it on the rock?
No, it's so there's like a little hand of a stalk coming up.
Oh, I see.
Like,
I see the hand of stock.
yes.
All right, zoom out. And where is this going?
Starboard, B.
Yeah, you can do B or D.
Yeah. It's on the camera page. Hotel, camera, you know, starboard rail, get rid of that, go to that, go to that. Just like that. Can you zoom in, Dave?
They're playing a telepresence video. Oh, that's a good one. Yay.
Perfect.
Perfect.
It's not in there yet.
Okay. Yeah, right. Right.
minutes.
Stand by. Did I lose it? No. I got it.
So is
Yeah.
A in front? Is it? So I guess the second one.
Can we go to sample mode? Hit sample. The purple button right here in front of me. Sample.
Yeah.
That box, right?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah, we gotta relabel those. I can't see.
Yeah, it's a little scratched up. Seen better days.
8.
All right. Nice work.
So that was sample 094.
All right, take it out of sample.
That dive salvo didn't put everything back the way it was. Interesting.
Bridge nav.
So what happened there, Dave?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought dive special put it back, but it
Can we
didn't
move
put
30
everything.
at 090, please? Thank you.
Huh, I don't remember the winch being in that position. Okay, well, well, I'll see if I can fill in this black square here.
All right.
It was also supposed to put back my other multi-viewer I was using on SAT 3.
Oh, look, we're in sediment.
But it didn't.
Yeah, we should have I don't know, 50 meters of flatness before we start to ramp up again.
Okay. I am restarting pump 10 on the multi-puffer.
Sheesh.
Oh, there's a fish.
Bottom there.
Yeah,
Fish.
I'll make too much of a mess trying to chase him down.
Nah,
It down.
halosaur, I'm gonna say.
I missed it. I'm going to go with your assessment.
It's a lot easier when it's no longer in the view and no one can be like,
No one can question.
Steve can't write in, that's not a halosaur.
They can review the footage.
Yeah. I'll be off the ship by then.
Halosaur would also make a good band name.
Yeah, it would. Halosaur Jr.? Come on. The people who laughed, I know how old you are.
Just outed myself. Great. Some of these corals are blending into the sediment
I was
so
gonna
well,
say,
you
yeah,
can
I could-
barely see them
Yeah.
till we're right on top of them.
Yeah, it's almost, you see the shadows before you see the coral.
Yeah. There was one back there that was so delicate it barely threw a shadow at all, though. So it's, by the time I saw it, we were over it.
We haven't really seen any sea pens, have we?
No. Maybe the sediment isn't deep enough for them.
Yeah.
Might be it. What is that there? There's a tube there that we just went over.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bridge nav. Can we add another 30 meters at 085, please? Thank you.
Johan, we're due on deck at 1300.
Is that a question or a statement?
No, that was a statement. That was, the question was, should maybe assess what time we have to come off bottom.
Is that a begin recovery, like on the surface by 1300 or on deck by 1300?
I think that's a on surface.
Okay.
I'm just giving myself an extra 15 minutes down here. It was a dangerous move.
Well, what's the critical thing about 1300?
To move back over where we're going to do a sentry deployment. But you know what? Why don't I just bop out for a second and see what the weather outlook is to make sure that they are really going to go in on that time.
Outlook anyway?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay.
What are we coming up into here? I don't mean down here. I mean up there. Up here, not
Yeah.
down there.
Let's look at the current. There's 18 knots of wind.
Okay. I don't feel a lot of wave action. Not huge.
Yeah, although we felt some big swells here and there. About 0.3 knots of current.
Okay. Not bad.
No.
From the same spot too, huh?
Yeah, the ADCP shows it coming a little more at 070, but
Okay.
from 070. Bridge nav.
All right. The plan remains the plan.
Can we move the ship another 30 meters at 085, please? Thank you. So Adam, to get to the surface, if we ascend at 20 meters per minute, we would have to leave by 11:55. So
Okay, and if we go
about
40
9
meters a
minutes.
minute? We'll never get there.
Unrealistic.
We'll breach the surface like a...
Like a
'Cause-
humpback whale.
Because I wondered, yeah, if we could just, launch it out of the water and then it just lands on deck. Is that a... No.
Well, we have to stop at 100 meters below the surface to get another Niskin.
All right, so
So figure that in too. They've asked for a Niskin 50 meters off the bottom and 100 meters from the surface
well, that can be done
as we go.
kind of
Okay.
while you're
On the
moving.
fly.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not going to be like dead on.
Yeah, all right, so this is it, folks. It's the last we're going to see of this seamount. And it's about 11:54 when I'll see something really great to sample.
Yeah.
We'll
So
probably find one of
are
those
we,
Paramerosia.
Are we thinking we're setting up?
Yeah.
We done?
Well, I mean, we got 5 minutes.
Well, I'm also out in front. I got to drive the other direction.
Okay, then, yeah, start setting up for recovery.
No.
Okay. Bridge nav. Can we hold position here, please? Thank you.
Well, this has been really fun to get to explore this previously unexplored, unnamed seamount. I think we started out our watch at what, 2,200 meters, was it? Wait, no, we were deep.
20, was it 2,900?
29.
2300.
2,300, somewhere in there. 2,300, and now we're at right around 1,300.
Yeah. Covered a lot of territory.
Yeah, it was a long, we covered a lot of track.
We really
It
did.
was like almost 3 kilometers, I think.
We saw those amazing big sponges, those polyopagons at the beginning. And actually throughout the dive until we got up close to the top, where we saw some of those reminders of them. Lots of beautiful iridogorgias.
And a real diversity of corals.
Yeah. I think we've got a bunch of treasure in the collection boxes. And we have all of these eDNA samples as well.
Yeah.
Minus the slipper lobster.
Oh, yeah.
Minus the polychelid. It's good try though. Eric, I'm gonna go ahead and stop pump 10 now. It is at 220 liters.
Not touching. Relax. On standby.
You can take that auto head.
Remember though, we're trying to pop a Niskin bottle at 50 meters off the bottom. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh, 50 meters off the bottom.
Correct.
Oh. I thought we were going... anyway.
There's another one at 100 meters below the top.
Okay. And we moved really quickly. And which Niskins are open?
Hey, Erica, which Niskins do we have available?
We have 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Okay.
Or go for that Niskin if you got the time.
What's happening with camera action here?
I need to pan down or zoom out or something.
Okay. Okay.
I got you.
One or two.
We need to switch the camera view over to...
Yep.
Also, Herc is still ascending, and Atalanta is stationary.
What? Why? I'm auto down. Oh, because I gave it the Z bias. Damn it. Alright. 0.
There we go.
Too many controllers.
Yeah. Too many controllers in the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you got a view of the... is that Niskin one?
Yep.
Really? Alright.
Yep.
Yep, that popped.
Okay.
It was number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
– 100 meters from the surface. It's the other Niskin.
Oh, so there's two? There's two Niskins? Okay. Got it. What was the number? Like sample number? So that's that one. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready to head up.
I am ready.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to start heading up slowly.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same thing I usually do, which is dial the Z-bias around.
Okay.
It just takes a while to speed up.
Somebody managed to make chat work in the back row.
Okay, Nav, we're heading up.
Roger. Okay. About how much time do you think? Are we gonna go
I think
slower?
approximately 60, it could be 60 minutes, maybe less.
Okay.
Depending on how, like, we've got a lot of rocks. I didn't really get to see the ballasting at the bottom, so potentially slower. I will let you know as soon as I know.
All right.
And we do have one final remaining scientific task, which is to trip the only remaining Niskin at 100 meters depth.
Copy that.
It should be Niskin 2 is the one that needs to be fired.
It would be awesome to have some help remembering that as well.
Yep.
From anyone who would like to chime in.
Got it. So, welcome to the Shark Hunting Watch.
Midwater magic.
Can you show me Herc on the DVL nav screen?
Oh, come here.
Gabby, do you think we could center up this blue water for my still camera on lower?
Uh,
I just want to get the blue stuff in the center of the picture.
Sorry, center. Oh, yes. You're saying a little to the left.
Just figure it might be a bit bluer to one side or the other. I want to get the really good blue, you know?
You scientists ask too much.
Sorry. I know it's really busy right there right now.
Oh. Keep both vehicles in view there.
Actually, you can tell us some operational stuff, right? When we're going to recover, the ship is going to be facing into whatever direction the weather's coming from, right? The wind and waves. So then, do we go in front, behind, beside? Tell us a little bit about how you configure. Anybody in the front row.
I'm going to give it 100% because there's no chance, it looks like, of us going over 30 with that.
Is anybody in the front row on SPL?
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry, what was that?
I was wondering if you could give anybody who's watching at home a quick lowdown on how you go about doing a recovery while we're coming up.
Sorry?
You want me?
You're doing fine.
Okay.
All I was saying was I just turned it up to 11.
Oh, okay.
I gave it 100% up because it looks like I'm not going to be going much faster than 20 meters a minute up. So it looks like we've got an hour to the surface, would be my guess.
I can answer that question that Backer was asking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, operationally, when we do a recovery, Atalanta comes up directly after the ship in the A-frame that's visible on the feed right now. And Atalanta's recovered and secured on deck first, while Herc kind of trails behind the ship and stays out of the way. And then after that, Herc comes up beside. We pull it with the crane on the back and then recover Herc.
Cool. So then if anybody's watching on the deck cameras when we're doing the recovery, that's what they'll see, right?
Yeah.
The camera looking straight back out through the big A-frame. That'll be Atalanta that comes on board first. And you'll see the yellow of Herc just bobbing around on the surface, and then the pilot will then drive that around the side of the ship and bring it up on the port side, which is on the left if you're facing forward. And it'll be on the right side of the camera screen, and then we lift that up out and plop that down on the deck on its little platform.
So, Rye, when you get your stick lock set, I'll talk you through what we're going to work on here.
All right, stick lock going in.
Okay, so I'm going to warn you, the hardest part about this is the tunnel vision you get when you're working with the arm. So as we go through all of these exercises, I want you to pay close attention to delta and winch speed.
Okay.
So
let me just get the winch dialed here.
Yeah. So that means halting and bringing yourself sort of out of the moment and just engaging maybe with those two things.
Sorry if I keep at this speed, I'll be way faster than you by the time we're up there. All right.
So I'm going to demonstrate each exercise first. So right now I have every joint locked out except for wrist, rotate, and jaws. So the idea behind this is you get used to holding the topside controller. You're not going to get any of these joints to do anything. The only way you're going to get a joint to do anything is if you press this rocker switch or if you press this trigger. Okay, trigger is the jaw, rocker switch is the rotate. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get the controller in my hand is this button, the top of the triangle here. That's your halt and re-index button. So you press that, and the arm is live. And so I want you to go through and just sort of like figure out how you want to hold it and rotate it with the rocker switch and open and close the jaws. So generally speaking, we don't pass around a halted arm because just a little push of that button makes it live. But we're locked and we're being careful, and there you go. So you're not touching any of these buttons, but these are how I locked the arm. And so, yeah, you can just, and if you really don't like that straight flute style, you can try a few different styles of holding the arm. This is kind of almost the best time to do that. And each time you can try it again. You don't need to hold anything right now. The first thing that brings the arm live is this button. I hold it down, but you might want to hold it up so that you can see the lights. Yeah, try that. Yeah, there's very little stakes in how you hold it right now. So this is your button, and I'll teach you about the others in a minute. Yep, bottom and top, and you can try both of them and see where it gets you. Yes, it is. And sometimes that button doesn't work that great, so you have to, yeah, exactly. So when I'm talking about picking up something that's very delicate, it's really hard to feather it sometimes and get it to hold it exactly right the whole time to the basket.
Is it okay to start our introduction, or should we wait a little bit?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm going to do this as long as I can. So yeah, I'll just, in between introductions, I'll keep working with, Ryan and I will keep working.
Sweet. Talof everyone, this is Isabel Halatuituya sitting here on the Science Communication Fellow seat. I guess our question for the day is, and I promise it's not going to be about food.
Keep
what is your favorite moment as a kid around the ocean?
As a kid around the ocean?
Yeah, because of course expeditions would probably...
Yeah, but
so,
growing up.
Yeah, so...
Can we have a few minutes to think about
yeah,
that?
Of
Maybe
course.
we can go all the way around twice.
I'm just now thinking about the question just now, so I'm trying to think of an answer.
How about, well, why don't we do that? We'll cut ourselves some slack. We'll introduce ourselves. We'll go all the way around the van.
Okay, sweet,
and then we'll come back and ask about our favorite moments. So, hi, I'm Chris, Chris German. I'm the watch lead for this watch. We are on our way up from the seafloor. So we have plenty of time to think about our favorite moments by the sea when we were growing up as kids. Mary, how about you?
Hi, I'm Mary. I am also on the science team for this watch. And although we're done with eDNA sampling, so my job is very easy for this watch. Yeah, on to the next person.
All right, I'm Jacob. I'm the data logger. Technically, I'm part of the 4 to 8 shift, but I've been switched out with Chris. I guess my favorite moment on the beach as a kid was probably building drip castles, sand.
See, you can tell that Joshua is younger. I have to think back many more decades to remember when I was a kid. I'm having to go back through a lot of memories.
Yeah,
I wasn't a kid for any longer, but it was just a long time ago. So, who do we have in the front row?
Yeah.
what's the name and where? No, we were doing introductions, and then we're going to do a second round of what was your favorite memory of an event by the ocean when you were growing up.
Okay.
All right, this is Megan, your navigator. And I guess my favorite memory of the ocean growing up is the reason why I'm actually here. My family took a road trip to Maine, and I got to explore some tide pools, and I fell in love with all the weird and wacky invertebrates in those tide pools. And then later that day, we went on a whale watching trip, and I met a marine scientist, and she was just so passionate about her work with marine mammals, and I realized that was an actual job that you could do. And so I decided that that was going to be my job. I wanted to be a marine biologist, and here I am.
I have no idea. I use it in a different way, so like I've got it pointed down typically. But I change a lot about, how I hold it depending on what I'm doing. My fingers move around a lot. I operate it two-handed unless I'm, showing off.
Do you have that big stick in the front still, Megan?
I do have the stick of science.
We could forcibly introduce the rest of the front row.
Oh, sorry. Hey, hi.
I thought they might need a big poking.
My name's Gabby. I'm sitting in the Herc seat. And I remember so clearly going to the beach as a kid, going to Cape Cod, and hunting for sand dollars and scallops, and thinking that like the best thing in the world would be to find a whole one that had no breaks or cracks in it. And it was so hard to do, and me and my siblings would just dive forever into the waves and try and find them.
Sorry. I'm Rye, and I grew up on a boat. So
wow. every day, every moment was a moment. Wow.
But yeah, I grew up on a boat, and so every day was a lot of. I would go out with my little net, my little butterfly net, and catch as many poor fish as I could, and put them in a bucket and watch them swim around all day. And then I would dump them out at the end of the day, a little worse for wear, but...
That's magical.
Yeah. Most of them lived.
And hi, I'm Samantha. I'm the video engineer for this watch, and I think growing up in Seattle, I feel like I'm very lucky to use ferries as public transportation quite a lot. So I think one of my favorite moments was when I was taking a ferry from downtown Seattle to Bainbridge, and we got surrounded by like 4 humpback whales, and we did a full stop in the middle of the Puget Sound. And that was just absolutely magical, and it's definitely impacted how I look at marine life and how intertwined we are with marine life. So that's a favorite moment for sure.
So what might change how you hold it is I'm going to teach you another button.
Nice. Yeah, okay.
So
Okay,
this
Belle,
button,
did you have time to think of
you're
something?
holding. Yep. This button here is called grip lock.
Okay.
And when you press it, it keeps the jaws closed for you, and you can move on.
No.
You have to be so careful with it, because if you don't engage
I think it was when I first had my hands on
just pay attention.
Snorkel
Can I
set.
try that?
Oh.
Yeah, but the funny thing is I didn't know how to use it. I thought the snorkel stuff was just for you to bite it while you're swimming.
Oh.
But, you know...
You didn't know it was for breathing.
Yeah, I didn't know it was for breathing until one of my cousins showed me. And I think it's very important that every person should have an opportunity to actually snorkel, because they'll understand why it's important to protect, you know, the critters and the ocean. And I think that's how I fell in love with the ocean, besides, you know, spending time with family at the beach.
Yeah, no, it'll lock fully open too, but if you lock it at any other point, it'll drift.
I grew up with, I had a grandfather. My dad's dad had the same birthday as me, so we used to hang out a lot together. And so I grew up with him telling me all kinds of stories of the sea. He ran away to sea at 16.
Oh, wow.
And so he had all kinds of adventures, but I was kind of terrified of the sea. I didn't actually learn to swim until I was about 11 or something like that. But I remember as a kid, I just loved just like the power of the stuff. I just loved sitting at the edge of the sea and just getting knocked down by waves. So I wouldn't go out too deep, but just playing around and getting smacked around by the waves was always just a good fun thing. Okay, Mary, you're up.
Oh man, final one. I think for me it's, well, I grew up in Britain, same as Chris, and so we have a lot of coastline. And it was always my mom's favorite thing to do would just be to go to the beach or the coast or the cliffs and like stare at the waves and like the power of them and the bracingness of them. And yeah, it was always so much fun. We would go swimming occasionally in horrible winter waves, and it was cold and wonderful. She doesn't remember that part. I asked her a few years ago, and she was like, I would never have gone swimming in February. And I was like, we went swimming in February. And she was like, there's no way I would have done. So there's some mismatch there. But that would always be it, just like loving the power of it. Yeah.
The thing is that cold and miserable weather, I mean, that could have been June.
It probably was
Britain,
June.
It was like,
yeah. My 6-year-old self remembers
what age you are. Exactly. It's like the only way that makes sense now you live in Cape Cod is like, oh, that must have been February to be like,
But she would swim out, and I know that for sure.
She would
but
swim out long distance.
In my head, this was really cold and winter, and she thinks it was probably summer. So.
Cool. Thanks for sharing, guys.
Actually, I think about how distance scales with age. I saw that with my older two children, that when I was first married, they were 8 and 6, and we were in Boston at the time. And I remember there was a dock that used to be, there was a nearby lake you could go to, and there was like a swimming platform you could swim out to.
Yeah.
And then we went back to the UK, and then we came back over on vacation 10 years later when my youngest son, Jamie, was about the same age. And we went to visit the friends who lived by that place that we would swim out to. And the older two kids came up and were like, they've really brought that dock closer to shore now, haven't they? And we were trying to explain to them, no, it's...
You were really small back then.
But then we knew their favourite seaside town was Rockport, north of Boston. And we went there, and they finally got it when they said, oh, and this road used to be much wider between the shops as well. And it's like, now think about that. This is a road, it's in New England, it's hundreds of years old. Do you really think that sometime in the last 10 years, they knocked down all the buildings, made the road wider, and then moved the... and they were like, oh no, okay.
We got bigger.
Maybe it's that depth perception, or spatial.
Yeah.
What is the estimated max PSI experience on this dive? You guys know?
Well, the maximum depth was 2,000 and something. 200?
2250, I think.
250.
2250.
2250. Thank you.
But that's the depth, not the PSI.
No, I do not want to.
In pressure, that's about 200
update.
bars.
Yeah, the conversion to PSI is.
To PSI, you need somebody with a better access to Google
weird.
than me to.
I'll be back.
Okay. I'm just going to make sure we don't drive past 100 meters without firing a Niskin. That's my job for this watch.
So that's about 3,285 PSI.
Thank you, Mary.
And how many elephants is that?
Well, no, is that elephants on your foot or elephants on your big toe or elephants on your toenail? These are three different answers. Depends if you've got the really well-balanced elephants that do their yoga and stretching exercises. Then you can get that many all on one toenail.
And are they big elephants or micro elephants?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Indian or African?
Yeah. I don't know that. All of them would be very lost out here.
Yeah. But they do know how to snorkel.
They do. They're good at it.
It's just siphonophore.
Oh, yeah.
Distraction.
Okay. You can just, if you just rest it in its little rest and pass it to me, that should be safe. Okay, so the 2 joints I'm going to give you are wrist pitch and wrist yaw. And it might be evident to you which joints those are. Can you, you want to describe them to me? Yep. Yeah. So we usually refer to them as pitch and yaw. So I'll unlock yaw first and show you what that looks like. So there's your yaw, and this is how much you have with yaw. And it's mechanically limited. A habit that I've gotten into is always unhalting, unless it doesn't make sense, always unhalting with the jaws actively closing. That is really especially good for the coral cutters because they're so gangly and they'll get tangled in things. Because otherwise, if you just unhalt, they open, right? So I always unhalt with them closed, and then I usually, if I'm still sorting out what's going on, I'll grip lock
Someone
them.
just responded. No, is it an African elephant or is it an Indian elephant?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they did.
So when you're doing this, when you're working around in here, I would start just out here, like getting a feel for it, making sure the way you're holding the topside controller actually matches with your new functionality. Practice unhalting.
So I have an answer if you want African elephants. The pressure would be the equivalent of one female African elephant standing on 2 feet, one each on each of your 2 big toes.
Very specific.
That's better. Well, it was actually going to be half an African elephant standing on your big toenail, but I didn't want to cut an African elephant in half. I didn't want to get in trouble for that. So you can have the whole African elephant, but she has to be very delicately poised that she's got front legs on one big toenail and the back legs on the other big toenail. I'm going to look up Indian elephants now and find out what the alternate would be.
Which elephant is bigger? I can't say I know much about elephants. Other than that they're very smart.
Well, they'd have to be to balance on my toenails. First, they'd have to find me.
It'd be very fascinating to watch an elephant balance on such a small point.
Especially at my cabin. It's very wobbly up the front of the ship. Oh, but you know what? If I had a trunk, I'd be able to have some, like, an extra way to hang on to things. I could do that. If I could borrow the vacuum cleaner that we have on the ship, if I had that on suction all the time, I could probably use that. If I could, like, strap it to my back and suck that onto the ceiling, I could probably keep myself upright better in my cabin when it's moving around. I could have my 2 legs planted and then sucked onto the surface. Or it could be 15 baby Indian elephants.
Oh, that's really cute.
All stacked on top of each other on one big toenail.
I like the idea of that. Sounds great.
So I think people listening at home should now work out all the different ways that 15 baby Indian elephants could stack themselves on top of each other. Because it could just be 15 high, right? But you could have 1 and then 2 on that one and then 3.
Those are some talented elephants.
In fact, I think that would make a perfect pyramid, wouldn't it? If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So an inverted triangle of baby Indian elephants sitting on your toenail would be the equivalent to the highest pressure that Herc felt all over. So that would take a lot of baby Indian elephants to put that much pressure all over Herc. I'm going to remember that one next time anyone asks. If you're at 2,000 meters, it's the same pressure as 15 baby Indian elephants standing on your toenail.
You know a lot about elephants.
If we were at Vailulu, we could be sitting in front of some vents now. Yeah.
Oh, there's also like the pistol
my moment of
hold and
excitement
yeah. Yeah. Well, it's in the manual. I guess it could be useful if you're trying to dual wield.
We should maybe do a postcard art competition, Belle.
What was that?
Invite people to like draw their sketches of 15 baby elephants perched on Herc's arm
On
and
your
send them in
foot?
as a postcard to Nautilus. We'll give them our latitude and longitude and see if somebody can like drop them off.
Yeah, the re-indexing means that you have to think about which joint you're moving and which way you're moving it. Yep. Nice. Are you looking over at your upper when you do that? Because that gives a really nice view of what you are doing. Yeah, one lesson or trick is not to move your arm if you can't see it. Especially, I like to be able to see the end effector if I'm going to move the arm. Especially like if you're parked and it's stowed, sometimes you find you're trying to pick it up and it won't come up, and what's happened is it's just gotten jammed up into a rock. There will be moments when you can't exactly see it. When you're coming around to the starboard bio box, you do, like, there's a split second you do on Faith. But you'll know the kinematics by that point, and you won't be too worried. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to let you play with this set of joints for as long as you want, and when you want more, I can give you those. And operating the arm skillfully is just about the amount of time you spend doing it and watching it done. Both of those things contribute to how well you can operate it. So like, even if you're not operating, like I know, Rennie can operate the arm. He doesn't do it a lot, but he has watched hundreds and hundreds of hours of arm operation, and he could just pick it up. So that helps a lot. Megan, can you corroborate that? You can operate an arm.
Yeah, I can operate an arm.
Yeah, and you spent a lot of time watching arm operation.
I do watch a lot of arm operations. The first time I touched an arm, it was on an ascent, and I didn't get the instruction that you've been giving Rye. I kind of wish I had a little bit of that. It was sort of like, oh, exercise it. Yeah. Go. This is the button that starts and stops it. I'm like, all right. Yeah. It was a little more free form, but it was really fun to be able to see what the joints do and really explore the different ways to position the arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Rennie. Yeah, yeah, pretty straightforward. Where is it?
Are you, what depth do you guys usually start the ship moving? Like 300 meters?
400.
Okay. It looks like so far we've got no current or anything like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, seems all right.
So
Doesn't move.
Would we be able to have the eDNA sampler powered off? And we've also had a request to do a Niskin at 100 meters.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
I think, is the eDNA not powered off already?
No, it was finished with sampling, but it was still powered on.
Okay.
Thank you
thanks.
very much.
Val must have just meant it was stopped, not
Yeah,
powered off.
it was done with sampling before we started.
Thank you for clear. Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that
I
I'm...
been clear on what I'd asked Val at the handover.
Yeah, yeah.
Have we had the lasers on all the way up?
Yeah.
Do we need them? I mean, they're seeing more stuff. Yeah. We must be getting closer to the surface because we can actually see them bouncing off stuff again in the water column. They were probably just shining off into clean water.
Oh, we just passed 500 meters, so got more jellies, that sort of layer of fun.
You're getting into your place, your zone now. But without the corals.
Don't sneeze. If you had to do it without breathing, that would be challenging.
So, is there not a handkerchief in the basket? Oh wow, so you can actually reach down off the front of the porch. Not something you'd ever want to do.
What's that, Chris?
You could actually reach down off the front of the porch.
Yeah, you can reach down below the porch.
Wow.
That's how you get those really challenging coral samples.
I think it's how you get stuff back that you didn't put down
exactly,
there, right?
exactly.
Yeah, you dropped your...
That's when you finally got a good cable on the temperature probe. You don't want to leave it dangling by it.
Yep.
300 meters to Niskins, guys.
Roger that.
Excited.
Yeah.
Pace yourselves.
Oh, it's a thing.
It's going to be an adrenaline rush when it happens.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? My brain struggles with elbow. It's a weird joint. Yeah. There you go. Nice. Yeah.
Kind of like extra joints.
There's something, there's something about the... Yeah. Yeah, gotcha. Raya's not on SPL because she's talking to herself. Just thought I'd out her for you guys.
It's not because she's too snarky to be listened to.
There's been no snark
She has no
from
snark.
anyone in the front yard. We're snarkless.
That's why we have a good watch.
We can work on that.
No need.
Maybe you're so subtly snarky that you don't even realize. Like, no one can tell.
Right,
What's that? Snarkless but not hopeless. I like that.
Are you guys really going to move the arm like that?
Somebody saying, what's that?
You guys really going to move the arm like that?
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, he was trying to
Bad
get the
attempt.
snarks.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Oh.
See, we don't even,
Who was
didn't
it?
feel genuine.
Who was it?
It's Josh from the photo.
Oh, yeah. No, you don't have it.
Yeah,
You're too nice.
You could be on our watch as well. You're also snarkless.
There was no meaning. Like, there's no fire behind it.
You
know?
fit right in with this watch. No, I was gonna tell him how, but he's busy now.
No. He doesn't need to know how to snark.
That's not great.
He's young. He's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
There will be more cruises.
Yeah.
there will be other watchers.
Yeah, I think my thing is I just get progressively more silly.
Yeah, I get silly, for sure.
I definitely find this 12 till 4 easier than the other 12 till 4 for communicating effectively.
Yeah, I'll say. So we still have 19 minutes to go, just a heads up.
Yeah.
For anyone who was expecting recovery in 12 minutes.
No, but we'd have Niskins in 12 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
How many do we have left?
Something exciting
Just
to talk
one.
about.
One left.
Yeah. Niskin number 2.
Deck,
Yep.
deck. Now,
Oh, did you?
radio check.
Nice. Yeah.
Roger. We're anticipating 20 minutes to surface. Ridge nav.
Mm-hmm. Nice job.
There's a lot of sharks around the boat.
Must
at
be
the
in the
moment.
elbow as well.
Be interesting
cool.
to see if they have any interest in Herc when it comes up.
Yeah.
At
You
least.
can get a Herc's eye view at the surface. Huh?
Yeah.
Of course, what we'd really want is for a female humpback to come by and calve in front of the...
Yeah, that would be good.
That would be extraordinary, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be more than a
We can keep the dream
billion.
alive. It's a tiny, tiny possibility, but it's not impossible as long as there's on the probability score. We can keep the dream alive until we're on deck.
I think there's a spot in the elbow too.
Anything could happen in the next 15 minutes.
Almost anything.
Well,
I think the Indian elephants stacked up in triangle formation might be unlikely.
yeah. I don't think we can get them here on time.
Might be.
We can get them to Palmyra Island on the C-130 transports that fly in.
Theoretically.
So we could fly him out to stand on Chris Ryan's toe. Oh, he's not here to hear it. You've left.
Oh, it's a red floaty thing.
Oh, I missed it.
It's stuck on the porch right
It's
now.
just on, over the porch on, if you look in the upper cam.
I don't know what that is.
When I can
I
get that
don't-
ring to loosen, I can show you a variation on that grip that you might either like more or less.
I don't see a red floaty thing.
I think it
No,
floated
it-
off by
it-
now.
Oh.
Floated up. It floated off astern
Well,
of us
that's
to
what
port.
floaty things tend to do, I guess.
Unless you're Mesobot. In which case you float so well that it stays right in front of you. See what this is really all about, this arm practice, is drawing attention to that natty new Nautilus sticker on the jaw, right?
Yeah, it does look good, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. See? It was all
I was
building to
just
this
admiring
moment.
the stick Nautilus sticker, just the branding. Yeah.
Exactly. I just said that and then you just turned it around as though you were...
It's like, oh yes,
It'll
look,
all
it looks
It'll all
perfect
be
now.
building to that moment, the whole of like all the other exercises.
Mm-hmm. If you're all right, if you do that.
It does sometimes look like a curious dinosaur, that arm, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's up?
All right.
Okay. It's going good. We've got azimuth locked out, so whatever sticky spots in there is not lighting up. It's doing great. The arm's going awesome, right? No? There's no ground on it? Well, I don't know. So at 200 meters, I'll have you stow it. And then that way we can both be thinking about the Niskin and the recovery. Nope, you've got a little ways to go. We got a Niskin at 100 meters. Now, do you guys want to stop the vehicles at 100 meters, or do you want to just take a Niskin in transit?
I think stop at 100
Okay.
meters, if you don't mind.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
But start putting on the brakes soon, right, to slow down. It's probably not quite landing a space shuttle. But we could make the sound effects for you.
Well, sound effects are always key.
No sound in space. But
oh yeah.
They were in all the movies.
So because you can't hear it, does it really not
next
make any
blue water,
sound?
the thing we'll do is we'll light up the azimuth too, and then there'll be actual like objectives you can have, and then all the joints will come together for you. When I'm like touch the corner of the porch from this direction, from this direction, from this direction, it'll start to matter. All these joints will start to work together for you, as opposed to being separate, isolated things. Yeah. Okay. Time to stow.
Deck control, go ahead.
Nope.
Negative, there are no wraps in the tether.
Yeah. And normally we would azimuth out, but you have azimuth locked, so you can just pass it off to me. That's fine. I can get out of there. Okay. Perfect. Nice job.
Got your mid-stretch, or mid-watch stretch in earlier, right? You got all the wiggles out of that arm.
Got your arm exercises in. Feel like it really worked out.
Yeah, strange muscles are burning.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it definitely does a number on like your hands and your shoulders and stuff like that.
It's all those little muscles that you don't realize you have.
Is it a force feedback control?
No. It's got the capability of force feedback, but we don't operate it like that.
Okay.
My understanding is that it's not very well implemented, and it's not helpful.
No.
Oh, sorry, my brain stowed it like the Orion, but...
No, I brought it out again.
Okay.
Just because I was unlocking a joint. That's all me.
Do you think the Orion's sulking?
Probably.
We used it so much the first couple of dives. And
it's okay, I tell it I love it when I pass it.
I suspect it wasn't used
Technology
all dive,
loves to love.
TJ, he painted the jaws and they look
they look amazing.
On the Orion?
Yeah.
Oh, it needed it. Oh, yeah, that looks way better.
Yeah. Very snazzy.
Mm-hmm. We better not use it then, we'll mess up the nice paint.
It's got that
like
fancy black glove look to it.
Are we doing Niskin sample number 2?
Yes, that's right.
That's the only one still open.
Okay.